right, was to discuss about the transfer saga between Isaac. Like, refusing to play for Newcastle. You know, fair enough. Thing is, mate, obviously love that. I want him to come, so I'm kind of biased, like saying, yeah, fair enough, you know. I've seen Trent run down his contract. Seeing all these Newcastle fans get mad, you know, kind of brings me joy. As a fact is that, like, that, what's his name? One on Kishat, on a buddy podcast with like Fair Baker and all. He, you know, no ball knowledge at all, get him gone. Him crying over this soon, and that Newcastle fan.
Billions, but you can't. You have to sell.
You don't have to sell this summer. It's all paper nonsense. You haven't got a clue.
Pete, we'll give you 50 million for him.
You haven't got a clue. We haven't got to sell this summer.
That's not
on Talk Sport and all that, like crying. I just think, right, it's not right. It's not right. I don't want that. I obviously want Isaac, amazing player, but that mentality, nah, not good enough. Like, obviously he wants to win Premier League, and I think he's realised that. First thing, you've signed Tawar, centre back, Germany, got AC Milan, not fourth, not fifth, not even third, second, first, eighth in the table. Just two things higher than Como, promoted team. Yeah, no Champions League football. So obviously you want to go play for Newcastle. No squad depth at all. Sign out Langer. Tawar. That's it. Like, they showed no ambition in the transfer thing out. That's why he wants to leave. He wants to leave. Obviously he wants to go to a team that can win stuff. But he's leaving because of the fact that you didn't sign anyone. He's won your Carabao Cup, yeah, fair enough. He's probably one of your best strikers to play ever since Alan Shearer. He had an interview with Alan Shearer talking about signing his contract and all that. The thing is, you've not showed any ambitions in the thing. Like, it's kind of like the Liverpool last season, like Chiesa. We only signed Chiesa and that's it. I would argue that Liverpool are the worst signing window last season than Newcastle have now. Cut through later to the day. But my next point, you know, yeah, it's not good that obviously he's done nothing Newcastle, but he's used your club as a stepping stone. Yeah, he was not thinking he would win the Champions League, Prem, even FA Cup with Newcastle. As you seen with the signings of Elanga, Tawar, like, yeah, and obviously he doesn't want to be with the club. And you know, our club, Liverpool, had problems with another Alexander, but we don't need to talk about that. He's an amazing striker, and like, honestly, don't think he should be playing for Newcastle. As obviously the Newcastle fans, obviously, they, you know, it used to be a good club, but the fans just ruined it now. Like, the fans ruined the club. It's not good anymore. The fans are not good. Like, they also, we're 4-4-2 with a good guy, and Ramo, and Isaac. And like, they got no pub because the thing is, right, you're saying, I forgot what his name is, but that Benjamin something. He went to Man United like, oh well, they're not in Champions League, got European football, but Newcastle have, so he's been robbed in, haven't we? It's because, right, Man United, they obviously grown up with Man United being an amazing team. Newcastle, honestly, if you ask them when they were kids, who's Newcastle, they'd be like, who? I don't know who them. obviously there'll be players in the future that would want to play for Newcastle because like depends where they are though. They could be like League Two or something. There'll be players in the future saying like, oh yeah, I remember watching Newcastle win 4-1 against PSG in the Champions League. And they can't do that. They're not doing it now, so that's why they can't sign one. Tawar, obviously Torbal's Tawar going AC Milan, 8th place, Como 10th, like Alanga, but then Europa League, but obviously he's a Man United like youth player, so like he's like, well, he's used to having Man United in the Champions League, so that's why he thinks he can play in there. And because Forest was gonna be Conference League, but they're not anymore. Because obviously of the Crystal Palace thing. So I feel like he would have stayed, obviously. But you got Tottenham, right? You look at Tottenham, like... Because obviously they have club legends, I'm gonna lie. And obviously Newcastle do have their own. Like Aaron Shearer's obviously the most popular one. Because Tottenham is they're a bigger club. Big club than Newcastle. So that's why Kudus and all that go. Like Kudus, well, not Mark Davis watches, he's like gone. Who else have they signed? I don't know, I don't really care who's signed. That's why. And also obviously Man United lost Europa League final 15th. Why do they want to go? Because they're historically the second biggest club in England. And arguably probably top 10 biggest club in the world. That's why. And like this honestly, right, again, him saying he's not playing for Newcastle ever again. Do you agree with that? No? Like, obviously I want him, so like it's a bit biased, like like I want, yeah, come on then, lad, come over here. But yeah, I don't agree with that. Like Trent, not, I feel like it's not the same thing because Trent actually did play for us and he did it, but like he ran out his contract to play for Real Madrid. Like on purpose, like I don't like that though. And obviously we could have, people say, well, in January you had 40, you could have accepted 46 million. Well, only we were like, up to that point we were first and we never, I think the first time we were first was the first game we played at Crystal Palace and we never went to second. But like, we need players like Trent so you can pass the ball. Pass it like 40 yards. And I feel like with obviously Liverpool that have Crystal Palace game, not a good defensive at all. But I feel like Trent, obviously I'm saying Trent would have defended more, but I feel like he would do because he's more of a right back. Frank Paul's more like a winger, but he's talented right back. He's like a right mid. Okay, I guess like I don't know why I'm saying talking about Liverpool and why I think they're too attacking and I think we need, that's why I buy Mark Way. But because Newcastle say that we actually want to win, want to keep a title, that's why he's joining us. And obviously because we're bigger than him. But he wants to join Liverpool because the Samwares, Frimpong, Kerkes, Ekatike, maybe Mark Way and that Leone guy. 6 signings. And we've sold Luis Diaz, like, I loved him, but, you know, 65 million for a 28-year-old. I'll take it. I'll take it, and obviously my favourite player down is left for, like, 44 mil. Like, obviously not good with both, like, well, the whole price 10 to 85 million. But, like, you know, good selling and good buying. That's why you see us as a title contender, but you don't see Newcastle as it. Because he played in that Newcastle team where Champions League destroyed them. Like, yeah, they won 4-1 against PSG, but they went for bomb. And obviously that's, people say, worst big group of death. You're playing more games. You were playing like, I was in my ball, I was not right. I think it's 8 games, Champions League you play. Playing 8 games. They bloody carry on for January. You play Champions League, the group stage in January. Like, arguably, Newcastle, I feel like Newcastle will do much worse than they did like last season, like the last time we were in Champions League. Because they got no squad depth. They sold over like the Deadwood, like Sean Law and stuff. He could have been a bench player. They haven't signed anyone with depth. And obviously this could, at the end, they could have signed like 5 players, like they could have signed, in this video, I might delete it. But no. Like, they're gonna fall off. That's why I think Isak was obviously in that team and he's realised like, right, Champions League killed us last time. The manager not showing like we wanna get a bit depth in. They signed Alan Gray, good, good. There's Jacob Murphy scored like 10 goals, but you can play Anthony Gordon, you can play Harvey Bonds. Like, you don't need depth in the wing. You need depth like midfield. I think centre midfielders need to work on. Defenders obviously, and they obviously bought Tawar. Fullbacks, is a bit different because they can both play. And obviously signed Aaron Ramsdale for the goalkeeper. But you need more like depth. You don't need to sign players. You don't want to sign players like that can replace the first team squad. So like if I sign like Jude Bellingham for Bruno Guimaraes would not want to be on the bench. So you need to sign players that want to be squad depth. And Newcastle haven't done that. So that's why I think he's leaving. Do I agree with him doing this? No, I don't. Am I happy? Yeah, but like, it's not right mentality to have. But as probably a neutral fan, no Newcastle on Liverpool, he does look like a rat. Newcastle fans have been there over, like, you're getting 150 million for him, like, why are you mad? You can sign squad players for them. You can sign like 3 players for them. Obviously, I would. If that was, it's like Philip Coutinho, but not really. Like, if Philip Coutinho did that to Liverpool, I would go and sell him. And obviously, these Newcastle fans are like, oh, just let him sit on the bench. Well, great, yeah. Sit on the bench, he's not gonna want to play. He's not gonna turn up. That's like another squad player gone. So you're telling me you're gonna play with no strikers? Isak, if he's not gonna play, gone. Wissa, will he sign? I don't know, he might not. If he doesn't sign, if Wissa signs, Isak's gone. And if he doesn't sign, Newcastle's in the mud. So I think, yeah, not on some weird like transfer saga, but yeah, not good. But am I happy getting Isak? Yeah, he's already sold his house though. That's the thing, he's sold his house. Anyway, that's me. Subscribe, get more Isak news. Come on.